how did we get here? Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Did you guys watch the recent press conference between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua? Did you watch the face-off? I kind of admire Jake Paul's kind of motivation. Jake Paul's bravery, knowing fully well that you are facing one of, if not the most devastating boxer in the world right now, in Anthony Joshua. We all know it's different. These are two different people. These are two different fighters. These are one who is a professional and the other one who is just an upcomer. And it just gives you the reason that it just makes you understand how good actually Jake Paul is with his dream, how he has achieved, he has gone this far. Literally, Jake Paul should be one of the example of somebody who has a dream, who fights for his dream and is experiencing that dream, is achieving this dream. According to one of the reports in that press conference, an interviewer even asked Jake Paul, Mike Tyson first 14 fights in boxing, he was facing an upcomer. But Jake Paul's fights, I think his 10 fights now, is really facing a pro fighter. That shows you how remarkable this guy has gone, how good this guy has become. And it's not a big surprise to me because this world, we are full of opportunities. Before they say, oh, opportunity comes but once. But now, with the social media, with everything, I think opportunities just keep presenting themselves every day. And it was so shocking, that question. And I reflected and was like, this guy has actually gone far. And it's commendable, it's remarkable what he has done, Jake Paul. And the people he has fought are not just blunt names. So when you compare him to other streamers, other influencers, he actually has done the most remarkable out of them all. And if this fight eventually happened, which already has happened based on Anthony Joshua, if you see Anthony Joshua in a press conference, it means that fight is official. And looking at what they said to themselves, looking at what they've said, guys, you guys don't understand what it means to face an actual pro fighter which has been known, an Olympic champion in boxing, in Anthony Joshua, facing him one-on-one, the heavyweight, the most devastating boxer in the world right now. Guys, honestly, I don't know what you want Jake Paul to achieve that he hasn't achieved. I mean, that guy is living the dream life. But how did you get here? That's the big question. How did you get here? We have just left from Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. That is a big step up. First and foremost, and Jake Paul called out Francis Ngannou, and Francis Ngannou kind of bullshit him. Yes, we could say a lot of things about that thing. People have been coming, I've been hearing that people have been bullshitting Francis Ngannou for losing a big money fight and just his ego and blah 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 blah. Let's leave Francis Ngannou in one side. Let's focus on what is official. What is official right now is Jake Paul is going to face Anthony Joshua, and that is remarkable. It's like you wanted to face Francis Ngannou, who is the boogeyman of every division of MMA, mixed martial art. If you eventually have a fight with Francis Ngannou, that's massive. But when you have a fight with Anthony Joshua, that takes it to another level. This is a big fight here, and if you look at the face-off, although how funny it is, how we got from Gervonta Davis, small weight, small stature, to a bigger Anthony Joshua. And that takes some balls and some remarkable commendation for Jake Paul. Honestly, guys, I don't know if you have somebody or if you're trying to achieve something and all of a sudden you were just on the verge of achieving something a little bit higher than where you are and got 10 times higher. It means you're doing a good job. It means every work you are doing at one day is going to pay off. And I envy this guy. I envy this guy, not in a bad way, but in a good way. This fight I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to end up. But I know one thing. Anthony Joshua is not coming out of that fight losing. Anthony Joshua is not just coming out of that fight losing. Anthony Joshua is entering that fight coming out victorious. That is something I'm 100% sure, except that fight is being reached or except there is a clause that Anthony Joshua should lose that fight and just upgrade Jake Paul, because last 2 to 3 fights of Jake Paul has all been in Netflix, and none of them has been victory. Although we could argue about the last fight against Mike Tyson, I mean, that wasn't really something I was looking forward to. But this one is something people are going to watch, because people now are going to tune in to watch Jake Paul get knocked out, because I don't know, the hatred people have for this guy is massive. He's one of the most hated influential in the world at the moment, which means he is actually doing a good thing. Why not all not paint everything negative? Why not all look at the positive of Jake Paul, what Jake Paul has come out to achieve in this small period of 4 to 5 years? Because there are a lot of boxers in the world, I'm not talking about just one place, worldwide, who their dream is just to get to a little bit of an amateur level. People are way better than Jake Paul, but look at what social media made Jake Paul to do. Look at what social media got Jake Paul to. So it's not the opportunity comes but once. Now opportunity keeps coming your way. How do you use it? How do you manage it? And that's how we got here. The guy is just good at what he does. Jake Paul was a streamer, just a normal YouTuber like me, just a normal person, like normal, not a pro, doesn't even think, very shy, chilly guy who is crazy in front of the camera. Yes, it's just like you waking up, I should speed become the best player in the world. We all might think this is impossible, but that guy is still young. He could be able to actually achieve it. Or are we not seeing what he's doing lately? I should speed literally might represent America in the Olympics. So everything you do, there is always opportunity. And that's how we got here. Jake Paul fighting Tommy Fury, who is not actually well-known boxer, somebody whose father is a professional, somebody who has been aspiring to be the greatest boxer after his father. He's still where he is, and he's still watching Jake Paul facing Anthony Joshua, who is one of the best, if not the best at the moment. That is remarkable, that is recommendable, that is unbelievable. I don't know why people are just kind of hating on this guy. I know everybody will pay their money, everybody who has Netflix, everybody who is going to watch that fight, just want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. And do I think Jake Paul is going to get knocked out? I honestly don't know, because one, we are talking about Netflix. Netflix, we all know Netflix as a movie kind of platform. So it could be reached. Secondly, we don't know the kind of Anthony Joshua that's going to show up. Although he came out in that press conference, he looks hungry. He said he's going to knock Jake Paul out. He's going to make sure that fight doesn't get... He's going to try to hurt Jake Paul and all these things. Maybe he's trying to sell the fight. Until that day comes, until I see Jake Paul on the floor, I will not believe anything. The only thing I believe now is that fight is official. It is actually official. And it's a huge remark to Jake Paul for getting where he is. In that press conference, you could see the difference between Jake Paul versus Gervonta and Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is so big, man. That Anthony Joshua is massive. And how can you look at Anthony Joshua and come out and say, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to make sure that I knock him out in the 4th to 5th round. Jake Paul came out to say it in that press conference, which shows you how confident this guy is against an Anthony Joshua who knocked out the most dangerous man in mixed martial arts in Francis Ngannou. How did we get here? How did we leave Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua? That's a big question I still find a way to answer. But there's one thing we have in common. There's one thing we always believe, that your work, your dedication, although nobody sees it, just believe we get you where you want to get to. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.